Greetings, this is the Mastidane. It is I, a literal black dog, with brain, which apparently already disqualifies me from modern progressive expectations. I would like to hope that the majority of all you listening to me have heard about the SAVE Act, which would require that only U.S. citizens who have proof that they are citizens have the ability to vote in this great country. Like who would be against that? Ha, ha, cheaters. Cheaters, that's who.
Who would not want voter ID? Only somebody that wants to cheat. Think of it. We don't have voter ID. And the Democrats don't want it. And the reason they don't want it is because they want to cheat.
And here we go again with the Jim Crow 2.0 spiel that the Democrats just love to throw out into the ring. This time, it's 75-year-old Chuck Schumer.
We've got to get this done, and we've got to get it done very quickly. The SAVE Act is an abomination. It's Jim Crow 2.0 across the country. We are going to do everything we can to stop.
Jim Crow laws were not cooked up by conservatives. They were indeed, though, engineered, passed, and enforced by Democrats in the post-Civil War South. Literacy tests? Well, I actually can get behind that. Yep. Then we have poll taxes, grandfather clauses, that's a big word for a black dog to say, segregation statutes. Yeah, there you go. All Democrat-driven, all explicitly race-based, and all designed to block black Americans out of civic life while consolidating political power. All contrived by the Democrat Party. Seriously, folks, why don't they teach any of this in public school? I mean, if they did teach the racist KKK history of the Democrats, Schumer wouldn't have a prayer getting people to believe the bullshit coming out of his mouth. Honestly, if kids were actually taught the truth in public school, I guarantee you that no educated, sane black person would ever vote Democrat. What am I actually saying here? Well, okay, moving on. Alright, they're telling you that requiring an ID to vote is racist. Yeah, not metaphorically racist, not accidentally racist, cosmically, spiritually, end time racist. And as Chucky Schumer puts it, it's an abomination! Yeah, that's a big word. Jim Crow 2.0, oh my gosh, which is like, totally gaslighting his own party. Because for those playing along at home who skipped history class, actually, the public school system doesn't teach the truth anymore. But the Jim Crow laws were the legal architecture of segregation created and enforced by the Democrats. Why do so many liberals not know this? Why do so many black people not know this? I mean, seriously. Okay, the argument goes like this. Black people can't get IDs. I mean, this is what they're saying. This is why this law, this SAVE Act law, requiring an ID to vote, it's racist. Okay, so going back, black people can't get IDs. Why? Let's take a look at what some highly educated college students said about voter ID and why it's racist about 7 years ago when President Trump 1.0 tried to cut down Democrat cheating by implementing voter ID.
I'm Ami Horowitz, and I'm here in Berkeley, California to find out if voter ID laws suppress the black vote.
Likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
These type of people? What type of person is a black person? How more racist can that statement be? These types of people. Gosh, I mean, I would be so insulted to listen to anybody say this. if I piss on their leg, I'd absolutely 100% piss on their leg. I may even bite them. Yeah, that's how angry this makes me. And they're saying the quiet part out loud. Y'all are too stupid to use the internet. Yep, she said it, not me. And I'm back here in my own studio with my own podcast with a white woman who is my producer. Right, producer Daniela? You work for me. Yeah, she does. Oh, and this is my favorite. This highly educated white girl, who I guarantee is a liberal, thinks you are all a bunch of felons. Especially if you live in Florida.
I also think there's a repression of like black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, like you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the like African Americans.
Oh my gosh, you just can't make this stuff up. So let me translate that from leftist to English. We believe black people are oh gosh, that's a big word, functionally incompetent. 2 big words, holy moly. But we say that with a compassionate rainbow filter. Just like all those college kids, like these people, oh my gosh, they can't use the internet. And here's a little reality check for those who didn't attend the Leering Center. You need booze. You need booze. Yeah, you sure as heck do need booze. You need an ID to buy booze. You need ID to fly. You need an ID to open a bank account, to rent an apartment, to pick up prescriptions, blah, blah, blah. You need a freaking ID to do just about everything that needs doing. But the moment voting enters the chat, suddenly black people turn into Victorian orphans, squinting at a steam engine coming down the line, carrying their masters. Amazing. Now let's talk a bit about the SAVE Act. All it says: prove you're a citizen to vote in federal elections. That's it. Yep, that's it. It doesn't, you could have pink hair, and you could have fallen into a tackle box, and your face is all like tatted up. I mean, that's it. Just prove you're a citizen. And liberals react like someone proposed replacing polling polls with freaking electric chairs. Why? Well, isn't it obvious? Now look at this map. You see all the grays and all the yellow stripy things? Yeah, those don't require a photo ID to vote. And the gray states don't require a damn thing. I mean, you could have just gotten off the plane from India and walk into a polling place and vote for our President of the United States. Oh my, yeah, let me tell you, I am here, I'm ready to vote, and I'm going to, who do I pick? Oh, I pick a Democrat. You say, yes, I sure will, I will do that. Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's just common sense. If any Tom, Dick, or Harry can walk in and vote, there will be cheating. Yep, but it's all about them illegal votes, baby. And they scream voter suppression while simultaneously, that's another big word, telling you black people are too stupid to handle paperwork. Oh, but wait, women. I forgot the women. Good Lord. If you get married and you want to change your name, nope, you're just too dumb to get that dealt with. Right, Chucky?
For instance, if you change, you're a woman who got married and changed your last name, you won't be able to show ID and you'll be discriminated against.
But it's A-okay to let women get discriminated in sports and in locker rooms or bathrooms. Yeah, perfectly fine. This is such BS that I can't believe I even have to spell it all out. And I'm sorry to my black compadres to clue you in on how these white liberal Democrats really feel about you. Jim Crow 2.0, jeez. I mean, I'm just a big black dog. For goodness sakes, I lick my balls as often as I can, and I'm extremely insulted by this. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Producer Daniela says I can't say that. Well, I just did. The truth bites, now doesn't it? Meanwhile, actual black Americans are out there working, driving, banking, owning businesses, raising families, flying on planes, buying booze, and filing their taxes, all with their IDs. Weird, so weird. Every single minority should be so pissed listening to this absolutely degrading rhetoric coming out of the very people they vote for. Yeah, you liberals, you vote for these racists. Oh, man. Alright, rant over. Now go out and protest your public schools and demand they start actually teaching the truth about the history of the Democrat Party. Oh, still sniffing lies, still biting narratives, still guarding my human. This is the Mastidane.